Tell us more about your trip, especially to Moscow. How is it to shake hands with Vladimir Putin, who, for my opinion, is a war criminal, and not only my opinion, but also others, and at the same time, somebody who is appreciating Stalin?
Okay. So first of all, we have to understand that what is decided by the war is not who is right and who is bad. It's not about who is right, who has no right. Because each party has always own argument why it is reasonable to go into war. What is decided by a war is who will die and who will stay alive. So don't misunderstand. Sitting in Brussels, sitting in Paris, or close to the Atlantic Ocean, you can have a proper distance to examine in a more theoretical way the war. But the reality of the war is not that. Reality of the war is a very thorough reality. People are dying every day, thousands now, every day on both sides anyway. So therefore, when we are speaking about how to approach from the dimension of truth, responsibility, whatsoever, is important, but not the prime important. The most important thing is how we can stop the bad thing which is going on and killing people each day. So don't mix up the approaches to the problem, because your questions are very much relevant tomorrow, but today not.
Well, Mr.
What
Prime
is
Minister,
relevant today is only how to stop them.
With all due respect, I personally know how the war looks like. I mean, I spent many months and years at the front line, and I talked a lot to soldiers, to Ukrainian citizens. And I can tell you that even though it's brutal for them, and many of the soldiers are fighting for more than 2 years, you don't find many people who are telling you, okay, let's negotiate now, because they say if the Russians, come closer to my home, if they come closer to my wife, to my mother, I don't want that. That's why we are defending Ukraine.
So if I understand you correctly, you as a German man, a German guy, try to explain me what does it mean to live close to the Russians.
No.
So the point is...
I wanted to explain you how it is at the front line, the atmosphere of the Ukrainians.
Don't forget that we are sitting in Budapest. So nobody can educate the Hungarians about Russia.
I don't want to educate you.
No.
I just wanted to tell you how the situation there is and what people tell me.
So the point is that Hungary was occupied several times by Russia. Very few person of the world can know more about Russia than the Hungarians, and especially the Prime Minister, because that's my job to understand it. So we know what does it mean. And I can't afford simply not to understand how the Russians think and how to operate. I have to repeat, we are not sitting in a very safe part of the world, surrounding only by friends. We are sitting in Budapest, and the meeting point or the division line of the East and West. And the war is just in the next door country. So we know what's going on, what does it mean Russia, how they think, how they react. And I am sure that Europe cannot afford the luxury not to be involved directly to communication, not only the Ukrainians, but the Russians also. Otherwise, they will simply not understand what is in their mind. That's what I'm arguing in favor, not about who is right and who is not, because my target is peace and ceasefire.